I just found out that Gunna was released from prison. I didn't know this happened. I was online throughout the day. I didn't see that Gunna was released, but apparently Gunna pled guilty to the racketeering charges, and he was given time served. And so he doesn't have to serve any additional time. They are claiming that the time that he has served thus far is sufficient for the crimes they allege that he committed. Okay, Gunna apparently has cooperated with the state because there was a statement released from Gunna basically claiming that he has knowledge of crimes being committed in the furtherance of YSL as a gang. Okay, and Gunna is basically distancing himself from YSL, the gang, and he's claiming that the gang aspect of it must end. And I really felt like Gunna and Young Thug were very close. And I believe that anything that Young Thug was going through in terms of YSL management, I think Gunna would have been privy to anything going on related to YSL. Alright. I personally do not believe that YSL is a gang. I believe that YSL is a label. And I think the lyrics that they are using against them do not represent criminal activity. Okay. But when I look at what Gunna has done, Gunna basically cooperated with the state and has basically attested the things taking place that were criminal. Alright, now my thing is, if Gunna was released simply because of a technicality, simply because there was no evidence, I wouldn't have any issue with that. Alright, if Gunna found himself unjustly arrested and his lawyers were able to reveal some loopholes that would allow him to find his freedom, I wouldn't have any issue with that. But my problem with the way that Gunna went about it, Gunna gained his freedom by strengthening the prosecution's case against Young Thug and the other persons on the indictment. Okay? By Gunna claiming that he is guilty, he is also attesting to the guilt of the other persons who are also charged. Okay? And undoubtedly, he would have given information to confirm allegations against Young Thug and other persons who are involved in the RICO indictment. There's no way that he simply claimed that he was innocent, but that he was guilty, and he alone was guilty. Alright, if he was the only person guilty of racketeering, then he would have been saddled with the full weight of the crime and the punishment. Alright, but for him to be credited with time served as his sentence, it seems to me that he would have minimized his role in the minds of the prosecutors and put more emphasis on other persons. Alright, this is the only way this could have happened. But so I don't really like the way that he went about it because you don't have to gain your freedom by sinking anyone else. And that's my whole issue with the way Gunna went about this. You don't have to sink Young Thug in order to gain your freedom. This makes me wonder if Gunna was being malicious when he did this. If Gunna saw the opportunity to be released from prison and basically claim the entirety of Young Thug's empire, his music empire, while Young Thug is left holding the bag. This is what it seems like to me because there's no reason he had to go about it that way. Maybe he felt like the potential for doing a lot of time was so great that he had to make an act of desperation. Alright? Whatever the thoughts that he would have had, I believe he went about it in a way that shows he had no loyalty to Young Thug. Young Thug basically gave him a whole flow. Gunna's rap style is a carbon copy of Young Thug's rapping style. If you listen to Gunna and you listen to Young Thug, you can even hear the way Gunna uses Young Thug's ad libs his flows, his melodies, even his beat selection is similar to the way that Young Thug would select beats. Okay, so I'm hoping this isn't a case of a person who had his eyes on the empire for the entire time. Because why would he go about it in such a way that it would sabotage the case that Young Thug and his defense team are carrying out? Because implicating himself and claiming his guilt is a way of implicating others in a crime. Because undoubtedly, if you are charged in concert with other individuals and you claim your guilt, this would mean that you're saying that the other persons are also guilty. It's straightforward. It doesn't take any rocket science to see that Gunna was very malicious towards Young Thug. And if you look at their history over the years, all Young Thug has ever done was propel Gunna to stardom. All he has ever done was transform him into a wealthy individual. All he has ever done was given this brother inspiration. And for him to betray him and double cross him like this is the lowest act that he could have done, given the circumstances. Okay? But hopefully, there's also a loophole available for Young Thug, and all of this could be cleared up, and he could also find himself free at some point, or at least get bail. Let's all hope for the best. But if what is being reported is true, and if this statement is indeed what Gunna has said, Gunna has attempted to sink the defense case that Young Thug is attempting to launch. And it baffles me why he would have done this. Hopefully there's some type of justifiable reason that comes out later on, but this is really shocking to me to see that Gunna gained his freedom by implicating other persons in crimes. Alright, family, but let me know your thoughts in the comments below about all these dynamics. One love.